fighting state, but you'll die in the next section. So we have to make sure we complete this entire run, this section here, without bleeding. And the most difficult part here is once you get upstairs here and you have to go walk across 2 beams here. One here, and then the next one. And this is a chase, so your heart's racing, and you have a tendency to try to just speed through it too quickly, and that's what causes people to fall. It's easy, but it causes people to fall just because you're being chased. So be very careful there. And once you drop down here, we're back in the school, and this is the hardest school section in the game. Very, very difficult. Immediately, you're going to have to turn around, exit the hall to the right. Left, and then we're going to straight down, follow this to a bathroom.
Was?
Once we get into the bathroom, we're going to go to the last stall on the left-hand side, and we're going to spam the square button as we're approaching that stall. And then as we're entering the stall, make sure you entered it first. Spam the square button here. As we're entering it, spam the close button. You got to be very quick there, guys. You have very little room for error. Now, I do suspect they increased the window there a little bit. I think you might actually get an extra second or so. Not much, but you still have to be quick. Alright, so I hang down there in that stall for about 10 seconds before I start crawling this way. Now what I'm going to do is go to the second stall. Then I'm going to stand up, and I'm going to wait for him to finish singing his little song, and the lights will turn on. Now it's very important that you're going to want to have your camera out. They're not going to use it right away. So you don't actually have to take it out just yet, I suppose. Alright, so once he's done, the lights turn on. I'm going to open the door, quickly run straight out. Run back the way we came. Spam the square button as you're approaching that door, guys. Make sure you're spamming the open door button as you're approaching the doors in this area.
Entweder haben die das total geändert,
throughout the game.
oder erst
Especially
dumm.
here. Alright, so we're back up where we started. Spam the open button. Flash the camera light here. You can get caught in that trash can very easily if you're not careful. Spam the open button. Go right. He's still right on your ass. He's probably 3 steps behind you, but once you enter this door, you're safe. Alright, so next up in our 60-minute supercut is the section where you push this little thing and you're going to drop down. It's a very simple chase sequence, but the biggest thing to note here is you have to turn around before you can run away. So turn around before you run away. And now it's relatively simple. You're just going to do some crawling a little bit here.
Da werde ich
You
locker
should know the
sterben.
path if you've done this a few times. Nothing too difficult. But this is going to lead us into a more difficult chase sequence. And one in which you can fail very easily if you're not aware. And that's going to be right up here. First, let's lock this hatch. And if you need bandages, there should be 2 of them over here to the right-hand side. Now, you're going to interact with this handle. Unfortunately, the only thing that's going to come are enemies. So as soon as you interact with it, walk this way towards the door over here to the right. As soon as that thing crashes through, sprint. And do not stop sprinting. Sprint the entire time. Sprint your ass off. You're going to start becoming exhausted
Haben wir ja
at a certain
gemacht.
point. Doesn't matter. Keep sprinting. So you're good here. And basically what we're doing is we're training the heretics or whatever those creatures are to us, and we're kind of looping them around so we can get back into the elevator. But this entire time you got to make sure you're sprinting. If you stop for a moment, you can die. If you stop to try to recharge your stamina, you're gonna die. You can see my screen's flashing here, blinking. It's only gonna get worse. You got to keep sprinting. And even right here, you have 1 guy to your left, 2 guys over to your right. 1 there, and then 1 by the elevator. The only way to get through that part is by not stopping. Making sure you're continually sprinting.
Okay, das haben sie anscheinend
Alright
verändert.
guys, we're in the mines. This is a massive, major change in the in this first encounter with the heretic. So what we did before is we lured the one heretic, the second one that you actually see, to the crack in the wall. We got into the crack, he pulled us out, and then we just sprinted around him. Well, unfortunately, there's a third enemy now, so if you get out of that crack when he pulls you out and then you sprint, the third enemy is going to kill you. So we need to take care of 3 heretics here. So first, unlock this door, open it. I'm just going to peek, lean to the left, and you're going to see a guy drop down in the path there. This is the main path. So I'm just going to stay here. He's going to walk away into a door on the left. Simple. That's very easy. Now I'm going to exit this, and I'm going to open up the second door just past the crack here. That's the crack. And then just past that, right before this lit opening, is another door. We're just going to open that for now. That's it. Now, the same as before, what I'm going to do is grab the heretic. I'm going to run to the crack and have him pull me out just like before. But we have to deal with the second guy, and I don't know why this works, but it works. So what we're going to do is he's going to be up ahead. I'm going to make sure I'm completely full on my stamina here. So he's going to pull me out of the crack. I'm going to actually run into that room where that door I opened, and then run back to the crack. Alright, so he's chasing me. This is the first chase. This is crack run number 1. You're going to see the light shining out of the crack, so it's really easy. There's a torch in there, so you'll know the crack. He pulls me out. Now I'm going to sprint into that room over here to the right. And I'm going to close the door. I don't actually think I need to. Or maybe you do. Alright, so now I'm going to open the door. He's going to be standing to my right. And I'm going to run back to the crack again. And he's going to pull me out. Now I'm going to run just as I did before. Now the path is clear. The reason why the path is clear, when I went into that side room between the 2 crack runs, the heretic that would have been further down this path respawned, kind of spawns in that room. You're safe if you stay by the door. If you move too far into that room, he would have gotten you. Alright, this part, very, very difficult. Very, very difficult. You have to, as soon as this sequence ends, boulders are going to drop on from the ceiling, and a chase sequence initiates, and you have no room for error here. You have to make a clean run. It sucks. It's killed me more than once.
Oh, echt? Das ist ja scheiße. Das muss ja echt
It's actually
frustrierend
easier
sein.
if you're doing it through chapter select. It's actually harder. It's easier if you kind of come into this and get to experience the entire cutscene. A chapter select actually takes you right after the cutscene, so you have an advantage here. It's a little easier than doing it through chapter select, but the second you're able to sprint just as fast as you can. Do not get caught up on anything. Do not get tripped up on a rock. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a path to the right eventually. We're going to go straight, and then we're going to have to turn right. It's dark. I'm going to flicker the camera light on and off. And then we have to find a path that kind of goes to the left. So here we go. We're facing the right way. And I got a little caught up there. That's terrible, by the way. Anyway, take this path here. It gets dark, so flick on your light. Find the left turn. Then you got to turn right at the end of that passageway, and then you get to this little kind of caved-in area, and you're gonna have to squeeze through this passageway. So guys, that's not an easy encounter, unfortunately. I think it's a little cheap, and I would like that to actually be patched, but it wasn't. Speaking of patch, here's and they changed this just a little bit. When you're down here, when you got to hit the 2 switches, the encounter for our purposes is almost identical. They actually just removed one of the boards, one of the kind of the walls, the barricade walls, in the next room where the second switch is. And I don't know why they did that. Alright, so I'm by the first switch. And I'm underwater, and I'm waiting for Val to just pass past me. Once she does, or he does, hit the switch. Turn around. Now we're going to go to the second room. We're going to make sure we don't knock our head on this lamp here. There's not a lot of light in this game, and no reason to bust what little light is there. But here's the wall. It used to be right there in front of us. So we can go to around the wall this way to get to the switch before we had to go the other way. I have no idea how this affects things, but I think maybe they just forgot to put it back. Alright, so now that we hit both switches, we can go to our exit point where the electricity was. But first, you're going to have to wait for him to get out of this room. So just stay as he's approaching. Get underwater.
Von Onkel Oh No zu Onkel Oh Yeah. Schenk mal anders mit PayPal.
Okay.
And now you're clear. You might have to flick your battery here just to find the exit. Oh, there we go. I used a little bit more juice than I would have liked. And make sure you make that jump. Oh, that would suck if you missed that one. Alright, so here is the next mine cart area. And we're gonna go down this ladder. Now finding the exit point of this in the dark's a little tricky, so hopefully you have some familiarity with it. If you're standing and looking at the ladder, it's going to be to the left-hand side. I get kind of a little tangled up here. There's a kind of a little half barricade that separates that room too. So if you go to the left and then there's an exit point and then you kind of face to the right, you'll see this. Now here is a chase sequence. Very important. This is where we're going to use, this is what we're saving our battery for the most. This the next minute here. Use as much of the battery as you have to. Try to keep yourself 2 bars at least by the end. But you have a very tight crawling area here. It's very easy to just get caught up on something, get snagged on something. If you get caught up for just a couple seconds, game over. So you got to keep moving. You see I'm just kind of flashing the battery, the camera light here. He's coming from the left-hand side, but you got to make a right turn and then another right turn across these beams. Now this next part's also difficult. We're going to crash into a cave here. Turn off the camera, night vision. Locate the light out in the distance and run straight towards it. So as soon as you drop into this underwater caved area, identify the light source.
Ja, okay, der Rest ist eigentlich
directly
relativ
towards it.
einfach.
Flick
Aber
on
ich
your
schaue es mir
camera
noch zu
light on
Ende
and
an.
off,
Sicher ist sicher.
just to make sure you don't get caught up in anything that's sticking out of the water. But if you don't go directly to this point quickly, you'll become exhausted. And if you're exhausted right here, it's game over. So you have to make sure you take a direct path to the light as soon as you drop into the water. Flash on, make sure you don't get caught up in anything sticking out of the ground. And there are 2 heretics in there. They should be able to, you should be able to beat them though if you're quick enough and get in your direction. Alright, so after the sequence with Father Loudermilch here, you have to escape the mines. This is the final, this is really the last hard bit of the game, by the way. Flash your camera. I have enough battery just to keep it on. Stay along the right here. I got a little caught up here. Once you reach this point where you drop down, you're safe. So you really only need 1 or even 2 bars of battery life. Now, if you're going for your camera 1 battery trophy, once your battery is at 2 bars, you have a reload option on your screen. It's very tempting just to hit it because that thing flashes up on the screen. It's like a quick time event. Do not hit that. It would really suck if you made it this far and you accidentally hit reload because it said to do that on the screen. I just wanted to take a moment here and kind of point that out to you guys. And now, our final section of the game, guys. This is the last thing you need to deal with. This is the last Marta instance We're going to lay Lynn down on the bed. Marta is going to appear down the hallway just in front of us. We're going to pick Lynn back up and make an escape.
It's gonna be okay.
So here's how I do it. As soon as I see Marta and we pick up Lynn, I'm going to turn to the right, but I'm not going to sprint. I'm just going to kind of walk. I'm going to make sure she's coming my way. It doesn't take a short
Okay, jetzt bin ich mal gespannt, wie er es
kind of
macht.
hesitating there a little bit. Don't go through that first door on the left. Head down this path here, the final one on the left. There's going to be a cave in right in front of us. I'm going to loop around to the left and then loop around to the right. If you pick up Lynn and you sprint off too quickly, Marta can actually change her direction and actually come up another path and get you. So you got to just kind of hesitate just a little bit there at the very beginning, and then you can sprint off to this point. Not the end of the game, but it's really the last thing that can kill you. I don't know if the fire in the forest or anything can kill you, but come on, guys, you shouldn't get killed by anything.
Come on, guys.
We're at about the 60-minute mark, guys. I hope you enjoyed this supercut speed run of Outlast 2. I hope you guys get your trophies. I hope you guys enjoyed the patch. It did make things a little easier for the most part. See you soon.
Oh Gott. Das ist schlecht. Das ist echt schlecht gemacht hier, egal. Okay. Sieht fast so aus, als hätte ich einen Burn-In. Ich glaube, ich habe einen Burn-In in meinem Bildschirm. Bitte, was? Das... Okay, das habe ich ja noch nie gesehen. Ich wusste nicht mehr, dass es überhaupt geht. Ja doch, definitiv. Ich habe einen Burn-In. Das geht nur bei OLED-Displays. Ist ja mal richtig schlimm.
Shit. Jesus. No, there's no bodies. He's not in here. Lynn! Lynn!
Kann ja nicht sein, ey.
Fuck! That did not happen in the crash.
Ich habe mich richtig cool gefühlt, weil ich so wenig Batterie benutzt habe. Dabei soll man sogar so wenig benutzen. Also ich dachte, war da ein bisschen zu krass. Aber anscheinend nicht. Ja, das ist ja echt doof, ey. So, kurz aufladen. Aber wieso Albtraum? Ich verstehe nicht, warum sagt er, man muss auf Albtraum üben. Ist Albtraum denn dasselbe wie Insane, bloß dass man halt nicht, dass man es mal als Checkpoints hat? Ich glaube nicht, oder? Ist doch trotzdem noch schwerer.
God. What in... God.
So.
Leave baptism for Spider-Eyed Lamb. Spill her foul seed.
So, hier schieben einmal. So. Boah, das war ziemlich schnell sogar. Gar nicht schlecht. Na gut, dann hier runter. So.
Oh, Jesus! Who? God wants me dead? Okay. Outside.
Okay.
Fuck was that?
So.
Why must we do this terrible violence? You hate us, God. Do you hate this world? Ed, do you know what God said? God said up close. I am that I am, and that's all there is to it.
Auf hier.
We stand
Und
in
durch.
opposition to the Antichrist. If we hope for peace,
Ja, ja, ja.
we cannot only try to be like Jesus. We need to be like God.
Und durch da. Tschüss. Geh kacken. Scheißvieh. Und hier wieder durch. Ich meine sicher, sicher, ne?
Oh God, Blake.
Are you okay?
No,
What the fuck?
I don't know. Oh shit. We have to run.
Lynn,
So.
where are we going?
Nach der Zwischensequenz werde ich noch mal eine kurze Pause machen. Dann werde ich kurz was essen. Und dann komme ich wieder und dann geht's los. Aber jetzt kommen ja erstmal noch ein paar einfache Sachen.
Oh God.
What is it?
My stomach.
Oder vielleicht mache ich doch noch ein bisschen länger.
It hurts. Something's wrong. Fuck.
Vielleicht mache ich bis zur Verfolgung.
I have to stop. I need. Oh God.
Jesus Christ, Lynn. What's happening here?
A, B, C, die Katze lief im Schnee.
We're all
Yeah!
dead.
It's okay. I'm here. We're gonna get out of here, okay?
Oh, ich habe immer Angst, wenn ich mich strecke, dass ich mir irgendwie Schulter auskugel oder so. Oh, das wäre ja so schlimm.
Please don't ask me.
This evening, after all these
They're
years,
coming.
after all
They're
this
coming.
suffering, our faith has been proven. The woman who came to
Oh Gott, ich war schon wieder nicht vorbereitet.
outside world brought with her the foul burden we've been awaiting all this time.
Aber er hat echt gute Tipps gegeben, also ich bin froh, dass ich das Video geschaut habe.
I don't know.
Myself, and
He's
it is
insane.
Also ich werde wahrscheinlich noch einmal sterben oder so. Aber
Please, Blake. I just want to get out of here.
ist in Ordnung.
she is among us, as if the
fuck
yoke
is going
maker
on?
spilled his seed
I can't.
into that
Not now.
revolting vessel. Father and
Let's
children,
just get away from this place.
kill them,
Okay.
soak the earth with their blood, rip the devil from her belly, and crush it beneath your boat hail. Revelation is upon us,
Stay back!
and we must
Be gentle.
show no
Swear to fucking Christ, the first person who touches me loses their eyes. God, no!
God.
No!
God wants the child. God wants the child.
Get off me! Get off me!
God wants
Lynn! Lynn! No, you...
no!
Where the bell taker?
Get off me! You leave her alone! Leave her alone! Lynn! Lynn! Fuck you!
So.
I've watched my father
fuck your God to death.
Mal schauen, wie lange ich da mache. Also entweder mache ich noch bis zu wie heißt er?
Wait! No, wait!
Ethan. Oder ich mache halt wirklich bis zur Verfolgung.
No! No!
Mal schauen.
For fuck's sake!
Take her home. I'm gonna share my love with the Father.
Motherfucker!
God doesn't love you. Not like I do.
So, das ist ekelhaft. Ist echt eklig.
Yes, my love. Ah. We have, Mother. I think I'll see you again.
So. Aua.
Oh shit! Lynn! Oh god. Lynn!
So.
Jesus. Jesus, God. Fuck are they? They called them heretics. They called Lynn Mother. It's not just a cult. It's two sides. Christians and something else.
Scheiß Vieh, geh vorbei. So.
I'm sorry I have to do this. You should have loved me. You should have helped me. Jesus, forgive me. I don't know what to do. I'm so sorry, Jessica. I remember this.
So, und raus hier. Boah, der Schneesturm sieht echt ungemütlich aus, wa? Passt zur Jahreszeit.
You're him, ain't you? The outsider.
Obwohl, morgen ist erst Winter. Also,
No.
doch nicht.
Not yet. Well, they'll do it if they find you out here. Come on.
Come on.
Who are you?
My name's Ethan.
But I mean, are you one of them? And which side are you on?
You mean, why ain't I trying to kill you? I've been unborn. Seen too much to keep the faith.
But you're not one of those other ones. The heretics.
Didn't say squat when my wife got skulled. Had to get cast out. Didn't complain when nah. Pressed himself on my Anna Lee. And she not but 15.
I'm sorry.
But when he said my grandson, baby he put in her, was my the Antichrist, and I had to slit her belly and kill the child. I gave her a chance to run. Spun them idiots some stories. I've been gifted with
So, jetzt da rein, bitte. Ja,
probably noticed.
Jane Doe.
Jane Doe.
Your daughter.
Esse ich
She was
erstmal
almost pregnant. Blonde hair.
M&M.
Boys.
Yeah. What do you know? You seen her?
It's why we came here.
Is she all right? Please, Commissioner, just tell me she's okay.
She's fine.
Oh, thank God.
Ungelogen.
Oh, thank God. And God bless you. Come on. Get you inside. Oh, hey there. You really busted your head open, didn't you?
I'll be okay.
I should head down to the roof. Got a bed down there. You can have